Okay, so it is Saturday morning. I'm not feeling overly social today. I think I'm in a bit of hibernation because I'm at a comp all day tomorrow. I have to leave here at like 6 in the morning. I probably won't get home until 8-ish in the evening most likely, and I've got to train after. And I'm just kind of not mentally prepared for a day of socialising and whatever else. So I'm kind of in hibernation mode today. I've got a client call, well, an inquiry call this evening. We've kind of just said anytime between 4:30 and 5:30, she's going to message me when she's back from the gym and we'll have a chat. But other than that, I'm going to get ahead on programme so that I don't have to do tomorrow. But I've not really got too many. I think most of them I'll do on Monday. So basically just going to kind of, well, I've had a very slow paced day. It's 2:20. All I've done today is actually had a late in. Zuko woke up at 6:30 and that's kind of the time he gets up during the week anyway, because that's when we get up. But obviously at the weekend I don't want to get up at 6:30 all the time. So I was like, right, I need a wee. Zuko needs a wee. So I went for a wee, let him out, and then I just tried to like coax him back to bed. So I sat on his bed with him for a couple of minutes, and then I just slowly snuck into the bedroom, and he actually didn't whine or anything. Like he kind of just went back to sleep. And I didn't get up until 9, and he was still quite happy laying there. So very good amount of sleep last night, which led to a new low weigh-in today. So I didn't feel anything yesterday. Yesterday I was really like, it's just like towards the end of the week, like I just get a bit like mentally drained, I guess. So I didn't really want to pick up my camera yesterday, and I just gave myself the evening to like, once I'd finished all my work, I just kind of shut off a little bit. I did a food shop and stuff, but I didn't really want to just sit and chat to the camera. There weren't really updates yesterday either. I weighed in at 88.0 yesterday, Friday morning, which was to be expected after going out for my dad's birthday meal Thursday night, which I mentioned in the last video. And that night, I mean, all day I was snacking on cookies and stuff in the office because I never get to join in when they do this. So I was like, I'm going to make the most of it. And actually yesterday, Friday, I also did have some like cookies and stuff in the office, like not loads. And I didn't have loads on Thursday, but other than that, I ate my normal stuff yesterday, and I tried to keep the rest of my meals very low carb to make up, because it was my lower carb day yesterday. But because of the cookies and stuff, I probably ended up around my normal like training day amount of carbs, if not a little bit heavy, a little bit more. But don't mind, because this morning I woke up at 87.4, which matches my lowest weigh-in so far. And that was a little bit later in the morning, so that was 9 o'clock this morning, so I'd had more sleep and stuff, which obviously will make a difference. But 87.4 after not being able to fully track everything yesterday and definitely being a bit over on carbs the last couple of days and over on calories by quite a lot Thursday. Pretty happy with that. I'm expecting not to see much of a drop tomorrow morning, if a drop at all, just because tomorrow I'll be weighing at like 5:30. But I'm not complaining at the fact that I was 87.4 after 2 days of not exactly sticking to the plan. They were meant to be low carb days, they absolutely weren't. So not complaining. Would really like to see an 86 on the scales by the end of next week, which is absolutely doable if I just continue with everything. My steps and everything have been good. Yesterday I did over 15,000 in the end. By the time I'd walked to and from the office, walked to Zuko, done a food shop, I was over 15,000 steps by the end of the day, so pretty happy with that. My feet seem to be holding up well. I had a little bit of shin splints yesterday on the walk back from the office. I noticed starting to flare up, which I'm surprised it's taken this long for them to flare up, to be fair. But I think that's also because I was trying to walk home a bit faster because it was so cold and I just wanted to get home. So I just need to be a bit careful of that and just take my walks a little bit slower, and not go for quite as long at a time and just split it up into more shorter walks, but not a problem. They feel all right today. We went on a dog walk earlier and it was fine, although I'm not even on 4,000 steps yet today, I don't think, and it's 2:30, so we'll see what happens there. But I might be able to fit in a quick walk before my call, and then I'll probably just go for a longer walk this evening after I've walked Zuko, so should be fine. But I need to be in bed tonight, like very good time, like I reckon 8:30 I want to be in bed. My boyfriend is resting tonight, so he probably won't be home until midnight-ish, maybe even later, depending on how late things run and if they stop for food and stuff on the way home. So I've told him he has to be very quiet when he comes home. And yeah, then I'll just get up early with Zuko tomorrow. I'm not going to walk him before I go to the comp though, my boyfriend will walk him. So yeah, basically just in kind of energy reservation mode. Weight is trending well though. I don't think I've got anything else to really say. I'm having a lot of cravings, but I think that's just because I've been overtired. Like I just think I've been overtired, and like I've just been not been wanting to cook, and it's just been a bit easier to be like, oh, I'd rather just order this, I'd rather order that. But I'm trying not to spend loads of money. I have tracked a tortilla for today, because typically what I tend to do when I do get cravings for stuff is I'll just order a tortilla, because not all the time, obviously, like I don't want to order more than like once every week or two, just because it does add up in price and I'm trying to save money. But it's a really not, like, it feels indulgent, but it always fits in my macros really well, and it's got loads of different like micronutrients and stuff in. Like, it's a very good option to hit my macros, fill the craving, and actually nourish my body. So I'll be ordering a tortilla when I finish training. I might even order it when I'm about to start benching, because then it'll be here for when I'm just finished. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. I'm struggling to function, but it's fine. I think being at comp all day tomorrow will also be good for me, because I haven't really spent a full day out since we've got Zuko, I don't think. I went to a gym to train at the end of last block, but that was only the afternoon/evening, so I haven't had like a full day just kind of by myself. So I say by myself, obviously I'll be with people, but you know what I mean. So I think that'll be good for me, but I'm just struggling, like not struggling, but just hibernation mode right now. But I also think I'm getting to the point where I am kind of overworking again, which is a problem, which I'm really trying to mitigate by blocking out time to relax every day. But that's fine, it's all good. Okay, session complete. Took me an hour, so pretty happy with that. Squats were actually just under. Squats were okay. Like, they felt fine, but I think just where mentally, like, I'm a bit drained right now. Obviously, training also is kind of, I'm not motivated. Like, it's really hard at the minute because I'm making so much progress and everything is moving well. Like, this block, everything feels really good. The changes I've made are definitely paying off. Squats have had good momentum literally for like over a year now. Like, I shouldn't be feeling how I am, but like, obviously everyone goes through phases where they just don't, I still want to train, I just don't feel as driven when I get under the bar. And so like my 172 top set of 4, like I was a bit nervous, and I shouldn't have been, because all of my warm-ups felt absolutely fine. Like, the bar felt a bit heavy on my back, but like everything felt really, really comfortable. And the top set of 4, like, it was a little bit slower than I'd like it to be, but I didn't have my confidence going into the hole that I normally do. Like, my squats move best when I'm fully confident, which is why, like, if I go to a gym and I have spotters either side of me, I'm more confident going a bit faster into the hole, and I don't have anything to worry about. Whereas when I'm at home with no spotters or anything, and like these safeties aren't really going to do a lot for squats, it's in the back of my head, I'm not as confident to descend as quickly, which then means I don't get quite as much out of the rigs. Obviously, I still have a lot of control in that descent, and I do descend a bit faster, but yeah, I didn't feel that confidence today, which I should have with 172 for 4, but then also it's the 3rd week of the block, and I'm already on 172 for a set of 4. It wasn't long ago that like 170 triple was my max. Like, it is what it is. Everything moved well though. Like, I'm fine. I just need to be confident. Like, when things don't feel as good as this, like earlier in the block, like on week 3 of 5, because it's the 5-week block, part of me in the back of my mind is like, oh, am I going to hit those week 5 numbers? But then I had these same types last block. I just have to remember, like, yes, you will. And to be fair, typically as it gets towards the end of the block, my motivation is a little bit higher because I know it kind of needs to be, and I need to switch on. Where the first few weeks of the block, I don't need to switch on quite as much. So there is that. And to be honest, after this weekend, I can prioritise training a bit more. I've got a lot of comps and stuff over the next couple of months that I have to be out for handling people and things, but obviously I'll arrange those around training, so it's fine. Or like, I'll arrange training around those a bit better. Like, I could have done this session last night if I didn't Well, if I thought of it earlier. Anyway, not the point. Bench felt fine. Elbows were a little bit tender by the time we got to bench, just from squatting. Part of me is tempted to change all of my back offs on both squat days to high bar for a little while, because high bar will have a good carryover to my low bar. Strength on high bar is definitely getting there from like the last few blocks of running high bar on my secondary day, and it will obviously take pressure off my elbows, which wouldn't be a bad thing. So considering that, especially because I don't need to be at peak squat strength until the end of the year, so I can take a little bit of a step back from pushing low bar. Like, I'll still have low bar on my top sets, and I'll still obviously push it and hopefully keep that momentum, but like my squats increased regardless. Like, I don't need to be as specific at this point. Like, even with competing in May and then whichever qualifier I decide to do, if I do decide to do one, I've already qualified for nationals. It's only nationals that really matters this year. Like, that's the one where I have to put up the big total. So I might take my back offs and change them to high bar, but I'm undecided. It depends how my elbows and stuff at the end of the block. Bench felt fine. It was just my primer day, so 3 doubles, 90 kilos, 2-ish current pause. The set I filmed, the first one, that was definitely the skimpiest pauses of all of them, but it doesn't really matter. But stay down every set, and it felt fine. 3 sessions out of 4 so far this week of bench with no wrist wraps, and it feels absolutely fine, so that's really good. Hoping I can continue benching without them, but we'll obviously see. It's literally just from a laziness standpoint as well. Like, I don't care that I wear wrist wraps, I just can't bother to keep putting them on, taking them off between every set, which is peak laziness, but it's fine. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get in, I'm going to order my tortilla, I'm going to have a shower as well. And yeah, get ready for this call. I've got like 4:30, 5:30-ish, get some programs done, and then just go on a walk, chill out, and get an early night ready for rapping all day tomorrow.